Hey, Mark from Sound Matters here, where we talk all things vinyl records. Today we're reviewing some new inner and outer sleeves released by our friends at GrooveWasher. So they've released 3 different designs, and we're going to take a look at those and see how they measure up to some of the other options available for protecting and storing your vinyl records. Okay, so when you buy a record, or when you buy a used record or a new record, you'll be familiar with these kind of paper sleeves. You should immediately swap these out, in my view, and particularly when you clean a vinyl record, you should always return it into a new, fresh sleeve. But these paper sleeves are no good for storing records long term. You know, they're cheap to manufacture and cheap to ship for those who are, manufacturing records, but they can leave micro scratches on the record surface, and they can leave paper flakes on the record that could also damage the surface as well. So you should swap these out, and what you need to do is get to something that's poly-lined, something that's got kind of archival quality about it, and that's exactly what GrooveWasher are doing with their new sleeves. So you'll immediately recognise this design as looking very familiar to the well-known and popular MoFi rice paper style record sleeve. So I'll take one that I've got here, and you can see it's essentially the same idea. It's a 3-ply design whereby you've got this outer layer here and then a 2-ply thing where you've got sandwich paper in between at the rear to protect the record. But this is archival quality stuff. They're made of polyethylene, which is completely safe to use on your records, won't react with them in any way, but is also naturally anti-static and will reduce the dust build-up of your records, but also protect them very well from scuffs and scratches in the process as well. You know, as long as your record's not statically charged, which this helps to reduce the build-up of, it will slide in and out of here perfectly safely without causing any damage to the record surface, which is great. However, the MoFi design is actually quite expensive generally. I mean, they can set you back for a pack of 50 anywhere between sort of $40 and $50. GrooveWasher offering essentially the same thing here for around $22.95 on their website currently. So immediately that is a very attractive offering because it's a lot cheaper, so it's essentially the same thing. I can see that the kind of thickness and the quality of these is pretty much identical, and I'd be more than happy to swap out my MoFi sleeves for these given the attractive price personally. So that's a great start. Everybody loves the MoFi sleeves. Well, not everybody does, and that's what I'll get to in terms of the second design that they've got here, which is more of a hybrid design where you've got a paper outer and a poly inner. Again, it's polyethylene lined, which is anti-static, and also both the paper and the poly are acid free. So both of these are acid free designs, which is great for archival storage and protecting the record. But not everybody likes the rice paper design. They can kind of easily scuff up as you're pulling them in and out of the outer record jacket. That can get a little bit annoying sometimes with these, but some people feel that the thinner outer layer here in particular on the front isn't substantial enough to, or they don't feel comfortable with that as protecting the vinyl record. So by applying paper and a poly inner, some people feel more comfortable about the storage of the record and the protection of the record for any knocks and scuffs and scratches, which I can see their point. But it is also easier, I find, with some of these sometimes to put it in and out of the jacket without it sort of scuffing up and crumpling, if you like, as it comes in and out of the sleeve. So there's some pros and cons there. Some people will prefer this design, other people will prefer the hybrid design. I tend to use both. I'm not particularly fussy or precious about either. I have never found this to be a problem, as long as you're careful with your records in terms of the thickness of this. But it would have to be a pretty bad knock or scrape against something for this not to protect the surface. In my personal opinion, other people may differ and disagree, but that's just how I kind of feel about it. So both are available as packs of 50. These are slightly more expensive. They're $26.95 on the GrooveWasher website, and these are $22.95. Packs of 50 available that come kind of like this here. This is a pack of 50 of the rice paper style design. So That's the inner sleeves. I'm really happy with those and more than happy to use them in my collection. I think that's a great introduction from GrooveWasher. But they've also introduced these outer sleeves here. So these will fit either a single LP like this example here, and that's that's fantastic, but they'll also fit a double LP as well. Now these are a polyethylene outer sleeve. They're about 3mm thick, so they're a little bit thicker than the inner sleeves, which is great for protecting the artwork of your record. They're a single pocket design, so just a traditional staple single pocket outer sleeve. There's nothing particularly fancy about this or revolutionary about them, but again, they're incredibly affordable. You can get a pack of 100 of these for as little as $19.95, and you could store 100 of your records nice and safely, protect the artwork for the long term for a very, very cheap price. What it doesn't offer is the kind of crystal clear quality that you get from a lot of the polypropylene outer sleeves that you'll see on the market. But those tend to be a little bit more expensive. You can get thicker kind of polypropylene design outer sleeves that are completely crystal clear. You'll notice there's a kind of a slight minor haze to these. These are very similar to the sort of the staple ones that people are used to on the market. But over the last few years, there's been a growing popularity for polypropylene ones that are completely crystal clear and really help to show up and showcase the artwork, so it doesn't apply any sort of mist to it, and you really get the colours to pop out. So it doesn't offer that, but what it does offer is an incredibly affordable entry to very quickly and safely store a whole bunch of your records, because every time you pull it in and out of your record collection, it scuffs and you end up with groove wear and around ring wear rather all the way around the record's jacket, and nobody wants that. So it is recommended that both for protection of the actual album cover, but also again to prevent dust and everything build up over time. It's recommended that you put all of your records in an outer sleeve to store them correctly. I'll put a link in the description below as to how we recommend you store vinyl records as well. Check that article out in your own time. There's some great tips and tricks in there, and some other sort of recommendations, including the kind of temperature, the correct temperature you should store your records at, because that's important as well. Many factors to consider, but again, that's a topic for another day. Check out the link in the description below. So overall, just to summarise them, I think GrooveWasher have got a superb entry to the market here for their inner sleeves. They've not tried to go about revolutionising the market in any particular way, but that's not been their point, and they've kind of openly said that when I spoke to them. And also, if you just take a look at the website, the way they describe these products, there's no attempt to reinvent the wheel here. They're offering kind of industry standard and safe record storage at an incredibly affordable price. And whilst you're shopping for their fantastic record cleaning products, which I do think are incredibly revolutionary on the market, or at least the best ones that we've come across on the market, they're friends of the website, and they are partners of our website. Full disclosure, they did send me these record sleeves to review. However, they're an incredibly ethical company. We love GrooveWasher. They're always on hand to help people if they're dissatisfied in any way, and have found that their customer service is second to none. They're more than happy to step in and make things right if you're not happy with any of the products. So our personal experience with them is that they're not only a very good company in terms of the products that they offer, but they're also incredibly ethical as well. So highly recommended. That's pretty much all I can really say about these. I think they're a great entry to the market. Nothing revolutionary, but they're a fantastic option, and they offer superb value for money. So I'm happy. I think this is a good addition to their portfolio. Thanks ever so much for watching. We hope you found this useful, and if you would like to, as I say, if you'd like to get a discount on any of the GrooveWasher products mentioned in this video, or for that matter any of their record cleaning products, then you can head to the description below where we've got the code that's exclusive to Sound Matters. Thanks ever so much for watching. Also, if you like the t-shirt that I'm wearing and you'd like to check out the rest of our vinyl record merch, then go to the shop in the description below, which is our Sound Matters exclusive shop. I'm wearing our Crate Diggers design here today, but there's also a design on the rear that says it's not hoarding if it's vinyl. So there's a whole load of designs over at the store there that just celebrate the resurgence of vinyl and why we think vinyl is the best way to experience music. Thanks again, keep spinning, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.